In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to download a couple shape files, add them to a project folder, save a new QGIS project file in the same folder to organize your files, and I'm then going to orient you a little bit to the QGIS interface. First up, I will download my shape files. So I'm going to download a point file of NYC subway stations, which is available on the NYC Open Data Portal. I will just export this file in its original format. Here I could also choose if I wanted it in GeoJSON or some other geospatial formats. And I'm also going to download NYC borough boundaries. And I will click the export button and also download these borough boundaries in their original format. Next up, I'm going to create a project file. So to do that, I will create my new folder. Here, I'll just name it week 1. And I'm going to put in these 2 zipped files that I just downloaded. So I've got the subway stations and I have the borough boundaries. And I'll just unzip both of these. The reason that they're zipped is that they're shape files, and shape files are constituted by a bunch of files all packaged together. You know it's a shape file because one of them ends in .shp. So this is the original file format for both of those shape files that I got from the NYC Open Data Portal. So next up, I'm going to create a QGIS file, a project file that's going to go in the same folder, and going in the same folder is important. The reason that you need everything organized together is that if you create your QGIS project and you start adding in your shape files, modifying them, creating new files, if everything is stored in separate places and then you move anything, your file connections, your paths are going to get messed up. QGIS won't know where to locate them. You'll have to relocate them. And so organizing everything at the beginning is important to save yourself from a headache later of having to locate things if you are to move anything. So I highly recommend keeping things organized right from the beginning. Next, I'm going to open up QGIS. And I'm going to create a new project. So I can do that by clicking here on new empty projects, or I can just click on project and then new. So this is the basic QGIS window. You'll see at the top it says untitled project. So let's save it. I'm going to save it as week 1 in the same folder that I just put my files into. Now you'll see that in that window, I have an additional file that ends in QGZ. So that is my QGIS project file. So now everything is organized together. So this is the basic QGIS window. I have my shortcuts up at the top, and I've got this layers panel. This layers panel is one of the most important components you need. You don't need a whole lot more than that to get started. And then this white space is where my map is going to appear, and all of my other shape files will appear as I work on them. If you don't see the layer panel for whatever reason, you can just go back to the menu and click View, Panels, and Layers, and it will come up. That's where you can, of course, find other panels. You can also find different toolbars here. So you might have more turned on at the beginning. I turned some of them off because I don't need everything. And you can also add any additional panels that you need from here. Another way to find that is to click on help and type in panel into the search bar up here. So this search bar in the help menu can be really, really useful if you can't find something. And that is about all you need in order to get started with QGIS.